I'm Elizabeth Carmel, and I'm going to show you how to make a sexy steak. It's the bone-in ribeye, otherwise known as the cowboy steak, and it is my favorite special occasion steak. I love putting this on a plate and serving it. Allen Brothers Cowboy Steak is the best you can buy. If you look at the marbling, it's beautiful, consistent marbling throughout. If you love steak, this is the steak for you. And it's super simple to make. Meat this great doesn't need a lot to make it taste perfect. Just a little bit of olive oil, kosher salt, and freshly ground pepper. The first step to grilling a great steak is to oil the steak. The best way to make grilled food is to oil the food, not the grates. Let's just give it a quick brush so that we get a nice even coat of the oil. I'm also going to oil the bone. So now I'm going to season the steak with kosher salt. I want to make sure that I'm about an arm's length away from the steak so that I get a nice, even, consistent coating. You don't need a lot of salt, just enough to really bring out those natural flavors. We're going to season both sides of the steak, and I always want to put salt on the meat right before I'm going to grill it. That way, it leaves all those precious juices inside the steak. Now we're just going to put a little bit of pepper on one side. I love using fresh ground pepper because when you grind it, the aromatics of the pepper come out. These steaks are ready to go on the grill. I've preheated the grill with all the burners on high so I can get a really great sear. While these steaks are searing, I'm going to tell you why I'm using red tongs with raw meat. Red means raw. Stop, raw meat touch these, and then when those steaks are ready to take off the grill, I'm going to switch to green tongs because green means go. So let's sear the steaks. You can see that I preheated this grill a little bit hotter than 500 degrees because this is a nice thick steak. I like a steak that's between 1 inch and 1.5 inches thick. That way I can get these great grill marks on the outside and it'll still be medium rare on the inside. So we're going to put the lid down just to get those maximum grill marks for about 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it. So let's give those sexy steaks some crosshatch marks. I'm going to pick it up and just turn it about 25%, so it'll be at an angle. I'm going to let these sit just where I put them for about 1 or 2 more minutes, just until they're marked, and then I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. Oh, look at that. Now that they're seared on both sides, I'm going to move them to indirect heat. So I want to turn off the burners that are in the middle of the grill. And now I've moved the steaks to indirect heat to finish cooking. This will only take about 6 to 7 more minutes. Now you can see I have my green tongs. Because the meat is cooked, I'm using my green Go tongs. These steaks are perfect. Look at that steak. If that isn't a sexy steak, I don't know what is. Oh yeah, that is a perfect medium rare sexy steak. I love it. It needs a couple more minutes to rest, and so while I rest the meat, I'm going to bring down all the other sides that I love serving with my cowboy steak. Wow, this is a meal fit for a cowboy or a cowgirl like me. My gorgeous cowboy steaks, sexy steak, sweet potatoes. I love them roasted on the grill like this with a little bourbon and pecan compound butter, roasted corn, and look at this. Isn't this great for a party? You just tie back the husks and you're ready to go. So let's put a little bit of this gorgeous truffle butter on the cowboy steak. I am ready to dig in. And there you have it, steak and cake, everybody's favorite Saturday night meal. And it all starts with a bone-in ribeye from Allen Brothers. Now go get grilling.
Oh yeah.